Welcome to my God of War Ragnarok walkthrough for all of the main quests in the game. This walkthrough will offer tips for defeating challenging enemies and bosses, solutions to every puzzle, and locations of all collectibles within the quest. I aim to cover most loot as well. This video is part 6 as I take you through the Reckoning quest, and more quests will be linked down below in the video description and the pinned comment. As soon as you are finished with the Lost Sanctuary quest, the Reckoning quest is going to start. All you need to do to proceed is follow Brock, who's going to take you to the Mystic Gateway, and you're going to travel to Vanaheim. Once in Vanaheim, just follow Freya and Brock through the forest. Very shortly after landing here, you're going to notice this tree in the middle of this area with all the red leaves on it. Just right to this tree is a path with some hack silver. And then on that tree is a hanging basket. So if we just back up to that, you'll notice the hanging basket up above. And then from that hanging basket, we're going to find an Odin's Raven. Just go straight ahead from it. You can see the Raven through here over the water. Before we get that, there's just some hack silver on the floor. With that collected, take aim at the Raven. And kill it for Raven number 11 during this walkthrough. With the Raven done, we can continue with all collectibles found in this area. So just push forward, and you may notice this path on the right here when we reach this fork. There is a red coffin inside here, but it's covered by some vines, and we don't have the magic yet to unlock this, so we're going to have to leave this until later. So just push forward. And you'll need to go through this gap with the trees.
Something's wrong.
Keep moving forward until you reach this large door and enter the door. And once you enter the door and turn right, you're going to come across the first plant that is going to try and kill you. There's plenty of these throughout this level, so just keep an eye out for them. We won't be putting them out all through this walkthrough, so they're easy to handle. Those use your axe to kill them before you get too close, and they won't harm you. There's different sort of plants as well, so again, just keep your eye out for plants. From here, you just want to go forward and turn to the right as you enter this area. You're going to find a hack silver chest. Destroy the plant near it first.
I recognize this.
And then from this chest, we've got a legendary chest. So just push forward this way, directly behind you. Kill the plant that's on the wall there. And the legendary chest is just in that area. To get to that, there's a gap in the wall to the left here.
I choose to help. After that, we will see.
From the legendary chest, just crawl back out, and directly to your left is a pouch of hack silver. Just be careful of the plant that might be nearby. And collect your hack silver. From here, you'll just spin around. There'll be an enemy encounter that you need to deal with here. So just deal with them first. And there's a hack silver chest just in this square building here. Again, there's a plant that might surprise you. So take that out first. And after looting that chest, just back up and look up above. You'll see this hanging basket. I didn't think anything dropped then, but just to the right is where the hanging basket loot dropped. Just move forward a bit and there'll be a ledge on the left that you'll be able to climb. Right in front of that there is some more hack silver. And from the hack silver, just climb these few ledges and we're going to find a red coffin and a poem before we proceed. The red coffin can be found just right at this fork. Be careful again of these plants, they are deadly. And after the red coffin, just backtrack.
Dwarves in Vanaheim?
Go across this bridge and jump across to the left. From here, you can kick this off and jump through the floor for the poem.
So, which is What's your favourite of Gavassir's poems, brother?
Why would I choose a favorite?
From here, just climb back up, and we're going to find some more loot along the path. There's some hack silver right in front of you on the ground, just here. And from the hack silver, just up to the left there is another hanging basket. You're now free to leave this area with all the loot collected, so just climb back up the ledges, push forward, and you're going to climb over this ledge. Watch all the flowers on the way, and then there is going to be an enemy encounter here. With the enemies defeated, just look back to where you jumped over and got ambushed on this ledge. Just to the right of that is a gap you can crawl under to get to a red coffin. After the coffin, just head back and proceed forward to go under this gap here. Continue on the path and we meet a new plant. These are quite easy. As soon as they open, just throw your axe to kill them, otherwise they will spit at you. And keep pushing ahead, watching for other plant life that's trying to kill you. As you get to this fork here on the path where you kill the second one of those plants, there's just some loot on the right side of this fork. And then straight ahead of you from that loot is the Nornir chest. For this Nornir chest, you just need to spin the paddles on the 3 different objects to get the letters to open the chest. We've done this before. Now the first one is just up to the left over here, and we're looking for the letter C, R or N. So just get your axe out and hit a paddle. By hitting the right paddle on that one, I got the C, so the C is done. Remember, this could be different letters on your playthrough, so just adjust the letters to what you have. But the next paddle to hit is just to the right of the Nornir chest over here. I need to equip my Blades of Chaos though to reveal this, so just do that and press L2 and R2 to burn the brambles away. And then with my axe I can spin this one. And that's the N on the Nornir chest done. So I got one more to find now. I need to find the letter R. Just right behind me from facing the Nornir chest back to where we entered the area. There's some more brambles near this tree that I need to burn. To get the Blades of Chaos out again and use that on the brambles. And from there, the paddle is just to the right. And that's the Nornir chest done. All 3 letters uncovered. I can then head back and open the chest. From the Nornir chest, there is a red coffin as you push forward. Just watch this plan in front of you. With that there, drop down the ledge and you'll find the chest to the left. Again, using the Blades of Chaos, burn the brambles away. And collect your loot. From the coffin, we're going to head back and jump across the river. Once we jumped all the way to the end, there's going to be a pouch of hack silver towards the right here. Now continue along the path to reach an enemy encounter. That enemy encounter would have been quite a difficult one. The enemies are quite tanky. Obviously, if you're having any difficulty, just drop the difficulty level to progress. But once they're all clear here, you'll have to go ahead to this rock in front of you, interact with it. Just a few things to take note of first. There is a red coffin to the right here. We haven't got the magic still to unlock anything like that, so we've got to leave that. And also, you'll notice this plate that we can interact with as well. It allows us to interact, but we still don't have the tool to do anything with this. So we've just got to leave them and progress forward. Brock will get you to hit this latch. And then you'll just need to boost Brock up the ledge. You'll be able to climb up the ledge once Brock has done what he's got to do. And then Brock is going to disappear. There's no loot here, so just follow where Brock went for a lengthy cutscene. Now after the cutscene, the game wants you to go and interact at the table, but before you do that there's 2 collectibles to get, and one of these is missable if you don't get it now. Once you interact with the table it will go, so make sure you do get these first. The first collectible is a scroll that is right behind you. Just notice the markings on the wall there where you entered the camp. Just right to that you'll find the scroll near this campfire. And then from this location, just do a U-turn and hug the left wall. You'll notice this passage on the left side. Head through this, and just to the right in between the 2 boats is the rune reed. This is what is missable if you go to the interaction on the table before you do this.
Reminds me of a Vanaheim song I heard long ago.
With that complete, you got a good opportunity now just to get some gear leveled up if you've got enough. You can collect the blue chest as well. Just get yourself prepped for the next part.
Now, Brock, ain't you gonna introduce me to
Once ready, just proceed to interact with the quest marker for a cutscene.
Sorry, we got off on the wrong foot there, stranger.
After the cutscene, just interact with the door to continue.
Well, 6.
Just follow Freya through the tunnel, and as you exit you're going to come to a fork in the path. You can either go left or you can go right. If you just go left you're going to find one of Odin's ravens sitting up on top of this branch. Get your axe out and take care of that. And then from the raven just turn around and head this way to find a red coffin. Just head back to the fork in the path and continue on the main path now, and you'll come up to this bit where you're climbing some ledges. When you get to the top, before we grapple across, there's a ledge down to the right with another red coffin. Just be careful of these plants along the way. After that you can just climb back up the ledge over here and use the grapple hook. Continue on and you'll jump over these logs and you have to go through these roots. As you exit this you're going to discover a forest ancient. This is quite an easy battle, so just get its attention. And you're not going to be able to do much damage to it, but what you want to do is wait for it to open its chest like that. Throw your axe into it when it does. And with the chest open and your axe inside, it'll drop some orbs. Pick up the orbs and use the orbs to cause some damage. It causes most damage when the chest is back open, and it'll stun the enemy, meaning you can go to it and do some more damage and press R3. After you press R3, you can just use R1 or R2 to do a ton of damage to it, and it'll shrug you off. And it's just rinse and repeat. Dodge any attacks that it has coming at you. You will have some other enemies to contend with as well, so just manage with them. And just rinse and repeat until their health bar is all gone. The Forest Ancient will die and it'll drop a ton of loot for you. If you are struggling at all with this, you can lower the difficulty, but it's quite easy on the higher difficulties to be fair, as long as you take care and you dodge the attacks. Once ready, just climb beneath this gap. You'll need to use your Blades of Chaos just to get rid of this bramble so you can jump across the gap. And then you'll climb up this ledge, pick up the health stone if you need it, and drop down this ledge for another enemy encounter. With this enemy encounter, you can start it off by doing good damage by pressing circle on this tree trunk. With the area clear, be sure to grab this hack silver chest before you continue. And just behind that hack silver chest is a gap to go through. Just follow the path with Freya and you will notice this hanging basket up above shortly after coming out from the space you crawled under. And just ahead of that will be this fork in the road. You need to go left, but to the right there's this hack silver on the ground here. We don't have the equipment to deal with that in front of us yet, so we can't do anything with that. Just go left and climb up the ledge, and you'll see another hanging basket right in front of you. There is a spitting plant to the right though, so you might want to deal with these plants first. Move ahead and you'll have to squeeze through this gap in the wall, and there's going to be an enemy encounter that finishes with a fight against a Gradunga. This can be a little bit difficult. It is a level 3 enemy fight, but do your best to block all the shots, do damage encounters, and drop the difficulty if needed. You'll notice that this is weak against your Ice Axe to remove its shield to begin with, and it may be worth leaving this tree stump available because it does a lot of damage. So once this spawns in, be sure to use that and do your best to defeat the enemy. It's not too difficult. Move around a lot, it will be quick, dodge where you can. Once a flame Gradunga is defeated, be sure to collect all its loots. And you will find some hack silver in the area. Near to where you entered it, just head to the back right. It's near a dead body on the floor. You are now free to proceed and follow Freya up this wall. Once at the bottom, you will head through this cave, and just to the left side will be some hack silver on the ground. Be careful of the plant though. And there'll be a hack silver chest as you continue through the cave. Just be careful of the plants. There are a couple inside of here. A little further ahead is an enemy battle, but you'll notice a new type of enemy that sings. You can see the beams going to it here. While these enemies are under the control of that singing, they are going to heal, and it's going to make them very difficult to be killed. So what you want to do is focus on the singing enemy first to kill that, and then finish off the other enemies. With the enemies clear, there's no loot here other than what they dropped, so progress across the bridge. You'll reach this gap that you cannot cross, but just look to your left, hit the paddle on the left with your axe, and it'll bring this grapple hook across to you so that you can cross. Once across, there's quite a lot of collectibles that we can get in this area, so we've got to focus on them now. Just walk ahead and go down this bridge and notice this arch in front of you. You can see a rune reed from here. Just go and collect that.
Grand Hall. It's in ruin.
May Freya never waver.
The other half is missing. May she protect us always. An old adage, if you will.
And from the rune reed just to the left, you've got to find some hack silver on the ground. And just to the right of that hack silver is where you need to go to continue the quest through that gap. But there's still more to get, including this hack silver chest just over here to the left. And then from here, we want to back up, so don't proceed yet because there's still more to do. We can't cross the water here, but if we head back up the bridge that we walked down, we're able to spin that crane back around to use the grapple hook to get to another hut in another area. So just here, this is where you came in when you first did the grapple hook. Just look through the hole in the hut. Use your axe to hit the right paddle. That'll bring the grapple hook back around, and we can use this to get across. From where you land with this hut in front of you, and if you look right, you can see where you just were in the area with the rune reed. Just look at the pots, and on the floor you're going to find a scroll. From this scroll there's some hack silver. Just turn around and head up this ramp here to collect one there. And spin round, make a U-turn, run all the way to the back of the area over here to collect another one. And from this hack silver, you just want to cross the bridge right next to you. We're going to go and find a Draugr hole. It's just across the bridge, and we've covered one of these already in this walkthrough. These are difficult encounters. The Hateful is going to be very challenging. It'll have unblockable attacks like that. It'll have blockable attacks as well. It will spit at you also, and you'll have other enemies to deal with. So if you're not prepped for this fight, it's going to be very, very difficult. Just make sure you take any enemies that spawn with it, just to make sure the fight is easier. Dodge any attacks that you can from the Hateful, and attack when possible. If you're really struggling with this, it might be best to come back later when you're much stronger, or just drop the difficulty to the easiest difficulty just to get the job done. As you get the Hateful past halfway, more enemies are going to spawn in to deal with. But once killed, the Hateful is going to drop you a good amount of loot. It'll be on the Draugr hole where it spawned in. Be sure to collect this. And right in front of you is a gap in a wall. Be sure to follow this gap, because we're now going to go and get a legendary chest. Just go ahead, climb up this ledge, and jump across the gap, and the chest is right in front of you. With the chest collected, we can knock this off the ledge. This will allow us to jump down. And there's going to be another enemy encounter. There'll be another one of these singing enemies, so be sure to focus that. And with all the enemies clear, we can just run up into this hut earlier where we collected some hack silver, and use this rope here to get back to the previous area where we need to be to continue the quest. And to do that, we can just run straight ahead and go through this gap in the wall. Once you get into this next area, there's going to be another encounter. It's a big area. There's a lot of movement that you can do just to get out the way of enemies. So just take your time, pick off one enemy at a time, and keep moving, really. They will have shields, so be sure to break them before you attack if needed. Once the area is clear, you're going to find this chain and gate towards the eastern side of the area. Just use the gate to open the door. And with the door open, you're going to want to proceed to the left of this path to continue the quest. But to the right, you'll have this health gem on the floor if you need it, and some brambles. Just use your blades of chaos to burn these brambles. And you'll be able to climb up for some loot. Now just head back along the main path. You'll see this hanging basket up above, so use your axe to knock that down. And then what you're also going to need to do is use your axe on this plant here, so this poison doesn't kill you. You'll also find a hack silver chest to the right of that hanging basket loot. From here, you can continue along the path. Just don't unfreeze that plant yet until you get to this doorway. Bring your axe back, and be sure to take out any plants in this area that are also going to try and kill you. With them gone, there's some brambles right in front of you. Use your blades of chaos just to burn them. And that's going to uncover a chain for you to climb up.
I thought I could change it.
Once at the top, you can see the main path goes up another ledge, but to the right there is a legendary chest. Don't drop in like I just did, because it will kill you. You're going to need to use your axe again to freeze this poison. Just throw your axe to hit that, and you'll be able to drop down and get the legendary chest. Now we can just head back up. Don't pull your axe back just yet. Now you're safe to do so, so climb the ledge and interact with the chain.
The Trace would agree with you about prophecy.
And then we can use this wire to cross and continue the quest. At the bottom, just cross the gap and you'll be jumping across to this big tree to climb it. And on top, you'll reach this stone structure with the torch in the center. You can continue straight for the quest, so just head left to get this hack silver chest. After this chest, just head back to Freya, and there's going to be another crane puzzle for you to solve. We need to find our way across this broken bridge, but there's also a Nornir chest to solve as well in this area. So we're going to cover all of that now. Now, the first thing we need to do is we need to burn the bramble that is keeping this bucket in place over here. So just get your blades of chaos out from this position and you'll be able to burn them. This will release the bucket. With that release, just get your axe out and you want to hit the left paddle on the crane twice. Once done, you'll be able to use this grapple point to swing across and get some loot. Then spin around and we want to use the axe again to turn this crane. Fire it at the left paddle twice again. With the bucket between us and the bramble, we can interact with it with the blades of chaos. And we can swing it towards the brambles to burn them. Just swing it backwards and it'll go forwards to burn. With that burnt, just get your axe back out and we want to hit the left paddle one more time on this crane. And that will allow us to swing back across. Now at the broken bridge, we just need to get that grapple point to us, so hit the right paddle on the crane. And with it in place, we can swing across. We can now continue the quest, but before we do that, there's a Nornir chest. So just do a U-turn and head down to the area where we were just working on. You can see the Nornir chest here to the right. Get out your blades of chaos, and directly behind you is the first torch that we can ignite. Just press L2 and R2. With that ignited, we just want to head back to the broken bridge. And before we swing across again, you can see one torch over there, but that will do last. We just want to look to the right here, and there's a torch hidden in these roots. It's quite hard to get the angle. You can just see it there above Kratos' head. But this is in perfect position where the bucket is now to get that. You want to grapple it with your blades of chaos and swing it to the left. This will give it enough momentum when it comes back to the right to light the torch. With that lit, we're going to do the same again for the final torch over there, but we just need to grapple across. And then we want to get our axe out and we want to turn this crane clockwise, so hit the paddle on the left once. And that will put the bucket in position to get the torch. Again, we just need to use our blades and swing it to the right so we get enough momentum. And that will come across and light the torch. With that lit, get your axe back out and hit the right paddle so the grapple hook is back in position. Swing across and go back to the Nornir chest to open it. After the Nornir chest, just proceed towards the quest marker. You'll climb up a ledge and you'll eventually reach this gap in the wall here. Just proceed to go through. And right in front of you is a boss encounter against Fisk. This encounter can be difficult in the sense that he is very tanky. He is very slow though. His attacks hurt a lot, but they're easy to dodge. And it's just the same with any other boss fight. You are just dodging his attacks, and if you can parry and then just deal damage on the counter. After each of Fisk's attacks, he is going to give you the opportunity to do some damage to him. So just make sure you take that opportunity and just stay well clear of his attacks, because as I said, they do cause a lot of damage. Having the Valor Rage on at this point is good because you can recover some health if needed. The charge attack is his quickest attack and his most deadliest, so be careful of that. And parrying a blue circle will enable you to do a ton of damage. And at the end, you can finish him. Fisk is going to drop a ton of loot, so be sure to pick that up. Now in this area, there's a big door for you to open, so open this with your Blades of Chaos. And once through, the main path will go to the right, but you can go to the left to squeeze through this small gap to find a red coffin. Travel back along the main path now, and on the right side there will be some hack silver as you go. And then proceed from here until you find another crane puzzle. You'll notice the crane as you go up these steps here right in front of you. Just to the left there is a hanging basket you can shoot down for later. Now this crane puzzle is entirely optional. You can just drop down and head west to continue on your quest, but if you do complete this puzzle, you do get a legendary chest. So to do this, we're going to want to jump down anyway. Just head left first because you'll get that loot that you got from the hanging basket. Be sure to kill this plant first. And also a red coffin right in front of you. Again with another plant to take care of. And then you want to spin around and head back to the center of the area where the crane is. You're going to notice on the left side that there's a lit up area. You want to proceed to go through there, killing the plants along the way. And inside here will be a hack silver chest. And then from this chest, just head left. And you want to get at an angle so you can use your Blades of Chaos on this pillar. With that done, you can head back. And once you jump over the ledge back to this area, just want to get your axe and hit the right paddle to spin the grapple. With that done, just climb back up this ledge here. You can then spin around and grapple across. And then as you go around the corner here, there is a plant that's going to try and kill you. So deal with that. And once killed, you can just follow the path along until you reach the end. There's going to be some hack silver just to the right next to this dead body. Just collect that first, or shattered rune rather, and straight ahead is a legendary chest. To get that, we just want to hit the leftmost paddle on the crane. Bring your axe back and hit it again. And the grapple will be in position to get the chest. With this collected, we've now got all the loot in the area, so grapple back across and we can drop down this ledge here, and we want to proceed to climb this wall. At the top, just follow the path and you're going to get to this door. Once you interact with it, there'll be a cutscene and a mighty boss encounter. This boss encounter is not as difficult as it looks. Don't be afraid to get in close to it. Just make sure you're blocking anything unblockable and any other attacks from it. And while melee attacks are the preferred method, you can fight it with ranged attacks as well. During this fight, there's going to be multiple checkpoints. I think there's 2 as you take the health bar down. So if you do die at any point, you will be able to continue from where you left off, depending where you get to. And the boss fight is phased. In the first phase, it really doesn't have many attacks. Just keep on dodging them and getting close when you can to do damage. You will be able to stun it and use R3 at times. And after the first R3, you're going to drag the boss out of the tear. Now it's going to have some more attacks, and the first thing it's going to do is going to get its tail and it's going to go into the ground. You'll see the blue circles there where you can parry, and if you do this, time this well, you'll be able to do some damage. But if you don't, it's going to unleash an attack on you that causes you lots of damage. So make sure you take advantage of those moments and don't miss it.
Get off already!
That is not helpful!
Then do a better
That
job
pound attack is quite hard to dodge, but here's the tail attack now. Be quick to double press L1, and then you've stunned the boss. You can cause a lot of damage. You'll get another cutscene like this where you got a mash circle, and after this you'll be on to phase 3 of this boss fight. This time, no, you got Freya to help you. It's just more of the same now. It'll have the same sort of attacks you need to dodge, including that one there, where it's going to try and basically laser you. Just get up close and cause damage when you can. But now it is going to use the whole area. It makes it hard to get up close to cause damage, and there'll be parts where it is just too high. This is a new attack now as well. Let's get your shield out when it does this. And get back in and cause damage. When it does get too high, you're not going to be able to do anything. And eventually Freya is going to fire some arrows into the pillar for you to interact with your blades or your axe to bring it down. You'll see that she's just done that. I'll throw my axe. And that brings the boss down for me to do some more damage. It still has this tail attack that you can interrupt. Make sure you're taking full advantage of those. On the next one where the boss is up high, you'll use your Blades of Chaos to burn it down. And eventually you're going to press R3 again. There'll be a short cutscene and you'll have one more final step to kill the boss. You got to wait until he opens up his belly again. And when it does, eventually Freya will throw an arrow in there for you to throw your axe and basically kill it. Go and finish the boss now. You'll have to press R3 one more time and follow the interactable cutscene to finish the fight. And after hitting R3, you'll finish the boss fight and there'll be another cutscene. On completion of the cutscene, you'll pick up this bag from the floor, which contains the amulet. Just follow the on-screen prompts to learn about the amulet, and then you got some loot in front of you from the boss.
Myself again. I suppose
And you'll now return to Freya's camp to finish the quest. Just walk ahead and go back through the door you came through to fight the boss. Once through the door, you'll go straight ahead and you'll learn that you can now deal with these brambles that we haven't been able to do so far. Just press L2 and square, similar when you're with Atreus, and then you'll have the marker placed on them. With this, which is your Blades of Chaos, you can press L2 and R2 to burn them.
Your brother seemed open to your return.
Continue forward until you climb over these logs, and you have to climb up a ledge to the left, but before you do, L2 and square on these brambles again, and use your blades to uncover a red coffin. From here, proceed by climbing up the ledge, and you're going to walk into an enemy encounter. Once they're all clear, just drop down and you want to continue through this small passage. Continue forward, there'll be a plant that tries to kill you, and you'll notice the red coffin up there that we can't get yet. You'll need to go left to continue the quest, but if you head right, destroy these brambles and there'll be a red coffin here. From the coffin, just spin around and then you'll want to continue the path and you're going to see poison. Like before, you just need to use your axe to basically freeze the flower and then that will get rid of the poison, but there's two of them. So use Freya for one of these, press L2 and square for the sigil. Throw your axe, retrieve it to freeze it, but that's going to stay frozen for a longer period of time, allowing you to freeze the other one and remove all the poison, enabling you to progress. Just past the poison, you're going to be able to go left or right. Right's to continue the quest, so we're going to head left. And you're going to find one of these splitting plants, so be sure to deal with that. And this is the red coffin we saw earlier. We're just going to use our blades and the sigil to get rid of them. And get the red coffin.
Kratos, I see something.
On your way back from the red coffin, just look up because you will see a hanging bucket. Just bring that down. That'll get you some shattered rune, and then you can continue the path to the right, climbing up this ledge. Once going up these ledges, you are going to have to deal with these wisps. The best way to deal with them is to use Freya with square. That will kind of like stun them for you to kill them. Really easy to manage. With the wisps defeated, you may notice this red coffin up there. You're not able to get to it now because it requires an ability that we do not have. So just continue the path until you reach a cutscene. After the cutscene that turns night into day, you'll uncover this bridge, but before taking that, there's a lore marker just to the right of it. Once collected, just follow Freya across this bridge. At the end of the bridge, you're going to see a red coffin in the distance, and we're going to encounter a new plant that tries to kill us. So drop down and shield yourself from these plants that are going to try and shoot at you. And then right next to the red coffin is the mother of this plant, which you've got to use your blades of chaos on to burn. That will kill all the plants trying to shoot at you and uncover the red coffin. With that collected, just continue on and you're going to lift up this stone. You're going to have an enemy encounter instantly after this. With the enemies clear, just pick up any loot that they drop and proceed forward through this small gap.
So much has happened since I last saw
And then just continue down the path until you reach this section here where you need to cross this stream with the brambles in the way. Before you do that though, just head right of that. You will find some hack silver on this body. Now to get across this stream, you will learn that you can chain sigils. So just press L2 and square, and you want to place 2 of them on this circular object, and then you want to place 1 of them on the brambles themselves, and then just use your blades of chaos from the end here and you'll be able to reach to ignite them all and chain them to burn the brambles. This will enable you to grapple across.
Even for the unworthy.
Continue on the path for a short while and you will have another enemy encounter at this waterfall. If the enemy's clear, just climb up. Make sure you get any loot that the enemies drop. And there's a passage behind the waterfall that you need to take.
all my former spouse.
Follow the path until you get up to this point here. You'll be going through a load of roots. There'll be a gap in the left with a red coffin. Was protected from one of these plants. Now you could just jump across and get it, to be honest with you. But what they want you to do here is to continue forward a little bit more. And you want to find the mother plant so you can kill that, and then you can go and get the coffin unharmed. Well, if you look to the left here, just further down, you can see the mother plant, and to destroy this you want to chain some more of these sigil arrows together. So to kill it, just aim with L2 and press square at the mother. You make that bigger if you want as well by aiming in the same spot, and then you just want to put another sigil here on the branch. Make that bigger as well if you want to, and you'll be able to reach that with your blades to ignite it. Try and do it without taking any damage like I did, but that will kill the mother and kill of all the other flowers the spitter used. Just head back and you'll be able to jump across the ledge and get the red coffin. Once you collect it, you just want to follow the path now until you get to the end, and you'll return to the camp. After the long cutscene, you'll need to retrieve Murmur's head.
Sindri and I find ourselves running a flop house running for a job.
And once Freya and Brock are finished with a bow, which gives her the sonic arrows, you can press triangle here to pick up a favor called the Mysterious Orb. With the Mysterious Orb favor unlocked, it's now a great time just to loot this blue chest for anything you missed on that quest. And then upgrade anything you need to at the workbench. And then once you're ready, just to the right, you can exit here to continue to the end of the quest. As you get out the other side, the Reckoning quest is completed. But that's not quite the end of this guide. We've got a little bit more to do. Just follow the path forward, you'll drop down the ledge and you'll interact with a large stone. On the other side of this stone, before heading forward, just take a left. You got some brambles here that you can destroy by pressing L2 and square and igniting with your blades. This will get you the red coffin. And then from the red coffin, just head over to Freya. You may have noticed these before. I've told you a few times that we can't interact with these yet. Well, we can now, and this is going to unlock the ability to do so. Just follow the interaction on screen, and it will reveal this hidden passage. This also unlocks the Elven Sanctum Favor. Just push through this passage now, and you're going to come up to a boat. But before we get on the boat, we'll need to get rid of these vines. So just press L2 and square to create a chain like before. And we just want to chain it over to the right here. Again, we can make them bigger if we want to. And once we've chained it all the way over to the right, we can use our blades and burn the vines.
There's a fallen log in the river. It has something on it I don't recognize.
You need to still remove this log though, now the vines are gone. And this just teaches you that now Freya can use sonic arrows as well by pressing up on the D-pad. So do that, and then it's just L2 and square as you would with Atreus, and that will get rid of that log. You can now get on the boat and proceed. There's only one path to take on the river, so just follow it. And you'll get up to this point here. It'll give you a load of different options now because you've got quite a lot open on the game. But just ignore that log if you're just following the quest and beach up here. Once beached up, you'll get to the Mystic Gateway. You've got an artifact to the right of you to collect.
What is this?
The crest of Skirnir. Never quite as smart as he thought.
And just behind that is a red coffin. And now we can use the Mystic Gateway to head back to Sindri's home. This will complete this quest and finish this walkthrough off. Thank you all so much for watching. I do hope it has helped you. Hit like, share and subscribe to support. And I have more walkthroughs for every single main quest in God of War Ragnarok, linked down in the video description and pinned comment. Go there if you want to watch any more. But for now, thank you for watching this. Stay safe and peace out.